This message is from the County Emergency Response Network. Please remain calm and listen carefully. This is not a test. At this time, the PA Animal Control Division has issued an urgent behavioral warning concerning domestic pets, specifically household dogs within Marlow Township and nearby neighborhoods. If you have a dog inside your home, or if you are near any residence where a dog can be heard, please follow these instructions carefully. Do not approach the animal. Do not call its name. Do not make eye contact. Listen to this message in full before taking any action. Earlier this evening, several emergency calls were received describing highly unusual canine behavior. The first report came in at 6:40 p.m. from a family in the Brook Meadow district. The caller stated, quote, "Our dog is laughing. Not barking, not whining, laughing." At first, they assumed it was a breathing issue, maybe panting, maybe choking. But when the sound continued, they realized it wasn't panting at all. It was deliberate. The family described the sound as a deep, human-like chuckle, slow, rhythmic, and aware. The dog tilted its head back, teeth bared, and produced a low laugh that grew louder each second until it sounded almost proud. They tried calling its name. The dog stopped laughing instantly. It turned its head toward them and smiled. Within the next hour, dispatch received 5 more calls describing identical behavior across multiple neighborhoods. Each family reported their dog sitting upright in an unnatural position, staring forward without blinking, head tilted at impossible angles. Some said their dogs tilted so far they could see the whites of their eyes roll upward, as if something else were behind them, pulling the strings. The laughter was never spontaneous. It came in measured bursts, perfectly timed, as though rehearsed. Many owners described it as the sound of someone trying to imitate laughter, but not quite understanding how. Authorities have since confirmed that all affected dogs display similar traits within the first 30 minutes of symptoms. Phase 1 begins with soft panting and subtle twitching of the jaw muscles. Phase 2 involves vocal distortion, the emergence of the laugh. By Phase 3, the dog no longer responds to its name or owner. Instead, it mimics familiarity. It pretends to recognize you. One family in Ridgeway reported their German Shepherd wagging its tail and whining softly after several minutes of laughter. They said it rolled over, exposing its stomach as if asking for a belly rub. When the father knelt down, the dog's tail stopped moving. Its eyes locked on his face. He described the look as empty, glassy, and deliberate. When he blinked, the dog lunged, not barking, not growling, just smiling. The man survived, but the family's baby monitor recorded something before the attack. A whisper, repeated words buried under static. The audio engineers who reviewed it said it didn't match any known vocal range, not human, not animal. It sat somewhere between. The words were unclear, but the phrase was repeated 4 times. "Let me see it." We have received over 24 reports of dogs exhibiting human-like movements. Some walk upright for several steps before collapsing. Others stretch their limbs unnaturally, as if their bones no longer fit correctly beneath the skin. One witness described it as watching a puppet learn how to stand. Animal control officers sent to investigate the Brook Meadow area found one of the affected dogs still inside its home. They noted that it was sitting perfectly still in the hallway, facing the front door. When they entered, the dog did not move. It didn't blink. It didn't breathe. When one officer tapped the floor with a flashlight, the dog turned its head toward him. Not the movement of a startled animal, but of something that decided to move. They heard a noise behind them, low, vibrating. When they played back the recording later, it wasn't a growl. It was laughter, layered and mechanical, as if several voices were laughing at once from inside the same mouth. At this time, we advise all residents to stay indoors, close and lock all doors, and do not interact with any animal displaying these symptoms. If you hear your dog laughing, do not go near it. Do not record the sound. Do not play it back. Playback alters the sound. It becomes clearer, sharper. You might think you're hearing a laugh, but the longer you listen, the more it changes. People have reported hearing their own names whispered back through the recording. If this happens, destroy the device immediately. Authorities currently believe this phenomenon is not viral, bacterial, or environmental. It appears to be intentional. Something is choosing them. Something is using them. We don't yet know why. We don't know how it spreads, but we do know this. Your dog is no longer your pet once it begins to laugh. It wears your dog's shape like a mask. It moves like a memory of what your dog once was. At approximately 9:15 p.m., a woman in the Northern District called 911 whispering that her Labrador Retriever had been standing in the hallway for 3 hours, facing her bedroom door. She said it hadn't eaten, hadn't blinked, and hadn't made a sound. When she shined her phone light toward it, she saw it wagging its tail slowly. There were bite marks on the drywall, rows of teeth carved deep into the wall, forming a crude grin. Before the call ended, dispatch heard faint laughter on the line. It wasn't from the woman. If your dog has not shown symptoms, isolate it in a separate room. No mirrors, no reflective surfaces, no toys, no sound. Do not say its name out loud. Do not allow it to see its reflection. Cover the door gaps and keyholes. Wait for the all-clear signal before opening that door again. If your dog has already begun laughing, it is no longer safe to assume it's still your dog. Lock it out if possible. If it is inside, leave the house quietly. Do not shout. Do not run. They react to sudden movements. They react to fear. And whatever you do, do not look it in the eyes. People who did reported seeing something moving behind their dog's pupils. A second shape, a silhouette, smiling back. One audio file sent to the county emergency dispatch was recorded through a baby monitor. It captures 27 seconds of silence, followed by a faint rhythmic breathing sound. Then a voice, deep and slow, says, "Good boy." Experts confirmed that no human voice was present in the home at the time of the recording. The dog had no vocal cords capable of forming words. At 28 seconds, the dog begins laughing again. This time, it says the words back, "Good boy." To residents in Marlow Township and neighboring areas, do not respond to laughter from another room. Do not answer if you hear your dog scratching at the door. It will not stop. It does not need rest. It only waits. One family reported that their dog had been scratching the back door for 9 hours straight. When animal control arrived, the door was covered in bloody claw marks, and the dog was standing completely still 2 feet away, staring through the window. The agent said it looked like it had been smiling the entire time. We are aware of false broadcasts circulating online, claiming the phenomenon has ended. Do not believe them. These messages are not from us. The distortion patterns in the audio are identical to the laughing sounds reported earlier. If you hear a voice through your television or radio that tells you everything is safe, turn it off. Unplug the device. Do not look at the screen. If the laughter stops, it does not mean it's over. Silence means it's closer. At this time, all residents are advised to remain inside until the emergency signal is lifted. Stay in rooms without windows. Do not attempt to contact others through voice or video calls. There have been reports of laughter transmitting through open microphones. If you hear your dog giggle behind the door, do not open it. Cover the keyhole. Keep moving to another room. And if you hear breathing on the other side, slow human breathing, do not ask who it is. It already knows your voice. This broadcast will repeat until the County Emergency Response Network restores control of the tower. Stay calm. Stay silent. Do not trust any sound that knows your name. And if you hear laughter in the dark tonight, do not laugh back.